Good afternoon and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this afternoon with Scooby and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Scooby's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands. The correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Rich is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give the correction, and the only correction that we give here at school is a little tug and release on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll be taught how to put that on and use it properly during your follow-up training session. Now Scooby is sitting very nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for us is heeling. The command is Scooby heel. And this is appropriate walking on a leash without dragging you. He has a job to do at this point, and that is to stay even with your left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind. And each time that you stop your feet, he's been taught to sit automatically like a gentleman and wait for his next command. And you see he's focused on Rich and he's paying attention. The next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, it is a one-word command. You're going to lengthen out the amount of time that he can hold it, starting out with about 30 seconds, working all the way up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to his dog, he will walk all the way around him as an additional distraction, returning all the way back around to where they started. And at this point, Scooby expects to get another command, and they take off heeling again. These commands should be practiced inside your home, outside your home. Heeling is great to practice on walks. Your stationary exercises, your sit stay and your down stay can be practiced right in your living room. Rich is going to leave him in another sit stay. You're going to teach him to hold it. That develops self-control and attention span and maturity. This time, instead of returning back to him, Rich is going to call him, and this is the come on command. He should come right in front, and he should sit facing your knees, and that eliminates him jumping on you. Then he goes back to heel and back sitting, and he gets a pat for praise for a good job. And Rich will demonstrate that recall exercise again for you. And we put this together in a little drill for you to practice at home, but we also want you to practice. Now he went to lay down, so Rich told him no, got him back up. He has to complete the exercise as it was taught. Calls him in, and Scooby comes right in front and sits, and he gets praised for coming. And they go back to heeling. He's come a very long way, and even though we did keep him for an extra week, I think it was well worth the time and the money that was spent with him, because he can be fresh. Now this is your down from a heel, so with your dog seated at heel position, you take your left open palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word firm command to down and stay. And I must say that you couldn't get a more difficult, stubborn combination of dogs. A beagle bulldog, he is so much beagle. He always wants to pick up things off the ground, and he always wants to sniff. This time Rich will return all the way back around him again, just as he did on the sit stay. As an additional distraction, he'll give him a little pat for praise or another command.
Scooby, heel.
He heels him out of that. And you're going to find that this working him in obedience also has a very good tiring effect, because you're engaging his brain and it tires him. So if you want a nice peaceful evening after work, work him in obedience. And we'll go over everything with you when you pick him up.
Down.
This is your down from a heel again. That command you're going to start out with 1 minute. You can practice right in your living room, and you're going to lengthen out your time and your distance. And this time Rich will call him out of that exercise. Comes right in and sits, and that eliminates the jumping. Back to heel and back sitting. Now the very last command that we're going to demonstrate for you on this video is going to be your down from a distance. So with your dog seated at your left at heel position, you're going to leave him in a stay. You're going to walk out and face him, and you're going to give him the down command with your right hand this time.
Down.
Beautifully done. Now we have demonstrated for you all of Scooby's formal on-leash obedience commands. Heeling, automatic sitting, sit stays, down, down stay, down from a distance and come. These are the exercises that you're going to be working on with Scooby at home and using in your everyday living situations. We've enjoyed having him. He can be a fresh little boy, but he's come a long way and we're very proud of him. And thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.